Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 24 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with just me tonight. Dan's out of town, so I'm here, just me. But Dan will be back soon for the giveaway. He's just at some wedding festivities for a friend of his, but he'll be back soon. For that video I just shared, many of you will probably recognize that song. One thing I wanted to share is sort of a cool resource is you can check YouTube's music policies for what songs you're allowed to use and sort of what the policies are regarding copyright. Why don't I actually just paste that in the chat so you guys can see it? Because it is a cool resource to know about. So I'm just copy pasting this. And there we go. It should be in the chat now. So yeah, that's a great resource if you want to, if there's some song you want to use. You never know. Sometimes you're allowed to use them. So go ahead and check YouTube's music policies. They also have a great resource for just finding royalty-free music in general. So one of the first subjects I want to talk about was Periscope. So we released Periscope, and we made some fixes to it. There was an issue with if you're using Google login, which we ended up fixing really quickly because someone was nice enough to report it to us really quickly. I think it was Beauty Bubble, actually. Thanks for that, Beauty. There were also some issues with the Periscope chat, so that should be working. There was sort of this issue where only certain messages would get through. So if any of you ran into that, that should be fixed as well. Let's look at the chat here. Thanks to all of you who tuned in early. That's cool that you're hanging out in the chat beforehand. Charmaine, nice to have you here. Beauty Bubble, thanks for moderating. Hey, Devontae, nice to see you here. Oh man, there's a lot of you guys. Dave, thanks for tuning in. Michael, nice to have you here. Michael also messaged me that we default to having monetization off when we post a YouTube video. So we're going to address that soon. I was hoping that it would be a bit easier to change, but unfortunately it's not just a simple switch. But Michael, we will address that and default it to on, hopefully relatively soon. And I'll tell Dan that you said hello, or you all said hello. And as some of you saw, or have probably run into, there's been some issues with Restream chat if you use Restream.io. And it is unfortunate, so I'm really sorry for that. I know it's frustrating if you're a regular user of that and Facebook chat's not working. Unfortunately, it's sort of out of StreamYard's hands. Like, there's not much we can do to fix it. We're sort of waiting for Restream to get that sorted. I talked to them briefly about it. It sounds like it's even something that's sort of out of their hands. It's sort of an interoperability thing between them and Facebook, since they handle Facebook chat a bit differently than we do. But hopefully it'll get fixed soon. In the meantime, direct integration, like if you just go directly from StreamYard to Facebook, that should be working fine. Diana, thanks for joining us. Tech Reviews, nice to have you here. The next subject was, of course, our giveaway is happening. We have some exciting prizes, and that'll be this Thursday. We chose a more EU-friendly time this time around. It'll be 10 a.m. Pacific. Let me pull up. I got an overlay here for it. Here, let me get rid of the banner there. So yeah, we have some awesome prizes. We're really excited that it'll actually include some stuff from our very own community members. So we have Eileen's video marketing course for YouTube, and also Eddie's company, DMCA, will make you a custom overlay and intro. And then, of course, you'll get a year of StreamYard Basic. And thanks all of you who have gotten the word out about it using the, we have a special thing where if you share it out, you get extra entries. And we have hundreds of entries now, so we really appreciate that. What's next on the agenda here? Oh yeah, we also made a fix. So it doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while, you might have noticed after watching your replay that sometimes your stream might have begun with a little spinner where the video was loading. So we fixed that. So basically, we just wait a bit longer after the loading is over. So you should notice that your streams will no longer have that spinner. You may not have ever run into it, but I know some people did. Let me check back at the chat here. Dean's back from Social Media Week Lima. I think Ross was there as well. I'm glad it went well. Dean, what were the highlights Also, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to just drop them in the chat and I'll happily address them. Hey, Roy. Hey, Dave. All right. And then the final subject was we have exciting stuff in the coming weeks. We're not going to announce what we're doing beforehand. So it might be, we're not going to have a ton of other features rolling out in the next couple of weeks since we're sort of all out on one big release we're doing, but I think it'll be worth the wait because it's a pretty exciting change. Let me just check back in the chat here. It's weird not having Dan here. Solo is definitely different. I have to get used to it. If you guys have anything I'd like to cover before we wrap things up, let me know. I forgot at the beginning. For anyone new here, the three pillars of StreamYard are ease of use, stability, and making sure your streams look nice. So if you're about those three things, those three pillars, StreamYard is probably the tool for you. And we also do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we do these town halls to make sure that we're in tune with our users and answer your questions and making sure that we're making the best product possible for all of you. Diana asking, any updates for video latency with the camera? I don't have any updates for you, Diana. We made some changes that I think improved the situation for certain users. I'd be curious. Shoot me a direct message. I don't remember the last. I know we were testing one-on-one with that, and there have been some changes. So shoot me a message. I can't remember what the exact situation was with you specifically. I think it was you're using a DSLR on a Mac, if I remember correctly. But it should be improved. But yeah, shoot me a message. No hints at StreamYard. Sorry, Charmaine. I do not have any hints. Beauty Bubble says, Charmaine has a question. I have an iPhone. Can I use StreamYard to go live on YouTube if I don't have 1K subs or the watch time? Yes, that's an interesting question. Unfortunately, right now, we only allow you to start broadcasts from a desktop or a laptop. So the simple answer, I guess, is no. But you can join as a guest. And if you're a bit more technical, there are workarounds. So if you wanted to, on Android, you could request it. There's an option to, I don't want to get too confusing here, but on Android, you can request the desktop version of the site, and that would sort of allows you to get around our barrier to starting on mobile, and you could do it that way. But the short answer is, at this time, no, you have to start from a desktop or a laptop. Diane says, okie dokie. All right, just gonna go through here, see if I missed any questions. Yes, me solo. Have mercy. Absolutely. I think I've covered everything. See you in the replay, Ross. All right, if you guys don't have any final questions for me, I'll probably wrap it up here. Oh, Michael's got something. Is there any way to get Super Chat to show up in StreamYard? On my show Friday, no Super Chats showed. So I was under the, or at least it used to be that they still showed, it just didn't show anything special that it was a Super Chat. Maybe something with that changed, and I'll look into that, Michael, if that is the case. If you're saying it's not showing up in the chat at all, at some point we'll definitely change it where there's something special for them. So it's the same thing with Twitter. I think they're called hearts, or Twitter super hearts. Yeah, Twitter super. I don't think I'm saying that correctly, but Twitter has an equivalent of the Super Chat, and at some point we'll do something special for all of them. There'll be something, maybe a cool animation or something that you can choose to show for Super Chats, but they should still show up. So if that's not the case, that's a bug, and I will look into it. Yes, I'm guessing that was with the desktop mode. Nicole asking, any way for us as a host to see comments in the future? I'm guessing you mean as a guest. So yes, that is coming. We are going to add we won't default it to on, because I think there is an argument for, oh yeah, there is, as a guest, not a host. Yes, I think there is an argument to not show them if you have a guest that you just want to make sure they're focused on the topics and the conversation. But I know that that's not always the case, and I know that certain people would like their guests to see it. So we will be adding in the settings an option to show chat for your guest as well. It's just not out yet. It did the week before, but it is not now. Okay, I'll definitely look into that, Michael. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks, Beauty Bubble. How can you download your videos on StreamYard? I haven't found the option. So yeah, we don't have, I guess that's a question I have for you guys. Would that be it? That is something we can add, is make it where on your dashboard there's the broadcast listed and there's that more button. I think there's nothing really stopping us from adding a button there that basically says download from Facebook, download from YouTube. And I'd imagine that'd be a nice feature to add, because it is sort of arduous going through the steps on Facebook and YouTube to download. So we could add that. But sorry, to answer the question, right now you have to do it on the destination platform. So you'd have to go to Facebook to download it, or if you're going to YouTube, go to YouTube to download it, or now Periscope. If you're going on to Periscope, you'd have to go to Periscope and download it. And the steps are slightly different for each of those platforms. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Michael did a live stream with Nicole on mobile. That's fantastic. Michael says he'd love to have the guest as the main focus with multi-view. Yes, that's a common request. We sort of call it the leader slot, and at some point we will address it. I think we'll do it by giving people the option to sort of drag the tiles at the bottom there. So instead of the host being in the leader slot, being able to switch someone over so they're in the leader slot. And that way, like you said, someone else will be able to be the main focus. Yes, a huge hello indeed. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me. Would the quality be 1080p if downloaded from StreamYard? No. So right now we only do 720p. I know a lot of people want 1080p, and it's on the roadmap. The only reason why it's not a higher priority for us is that right now, I know it's changing relatively soon. It might already be rolling out for certain people, but for most people, Facebook only broadcasts in 720p, so we don't bother capturing 1080 since right now Facebook only does 720. But it's on the roadmap. It will be addressed. So the answer right now is no. It will be 720 if downloaded from StreamYard. And what I was explaining earlier, it's still not downloaded from StreamYard. We're just making it easy. Basically, we would just be giving you the download link from Facebook or YouTube just right on the dashboard, so you don't have to sort of go through the steps of going to Facebook and finding those URLs. All right, I think I've covered pretty much all the questions here. Dan will be back for our giveaway on Thursday, which I think will be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys tune into that. Someone will win a full year of StreamYard, Eileen's course, and Eddie's custom templates. And it will be EU friendly. So most people from EU probably aren't watching right now since it's not a great time for them. But if anyone from EU catches the replay, catch the giveaway live, because it's at a much better time for you. And Michael, would we ever get 10 people live like Hangouts in the past? It's possible for us to do. It's just sort of deciding where the priorities are of certain things. So it's certainly possible if there's huge demand for there to be more people on screen. Like right now, we did increase, like for example, we increased the queue to 10. Originally, it was only 6 in the queue. You can actually have 10 people in the queue, but like you're saying, there's still only 6 on screen. So if enough people write us demanding emails for the feature, we probably will add it. So we do take your feedback. Let us know if that's important to you guys. And with that said, I think I'll wrap it up here. This was very new to me. Going solo, it's a new experience. I've always done it with Dan before. But thank you all for tuning in. I will see you for the giveaway this Thursday, and Dan will be there as well. Have an excellent Sunday evening. I had a lot of fun chatting with you guys.